and welcome back to the new series of News at Kate. This is the first one we're doing from the post-democracy. So our new dictator, Boris Johnson, has a reputation for being dishonest, and that is a huge achievement when you work in politics. You really have to try hard to stand out. So I thought I'd do a quick countdown of some of his top lies. Cue the music. In at number 5, just this week he lied about the BBC, saying that they had promised to cover the cost of licence fees for the over 75s. Not true. At number 4. Oh, what have I got at number 4? Oh yeah, when he was sacked from the Conservative Party for lying about his affair with Petronella Wyatt. Now, on the one hand, I do think we make too much fuss about people's relationships, we don't know what's going on, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. On the other hand, when you are going to be that much of a relationship problem, and then 16 of the 22 people that you've appointed to your first cabinet don't even bother showing up for the vote to legalise gay marriage in Northern Ireland. 15 of them didn't show up for the vote on legalising abortion in Northern Ireland, and Dominic Raab did show up and voted against it. It's just a little bit hypocritical. Oh, at number 3! Ta-da! Pork pie lie. So he said, in an attempt to justify a no-deal Brexit, he said that pork pies can currently be exported to Thailand, but not to America, suggesting this was something to do with EU regulation. But it turns out it's absolute nonsense. They can't be exported to either of those places because they're made of fresh meat. You need to eat them soon. At number 2, oh, this is obnoxious. He said that Hillsborough disaster was caused by drunk Liverpool fans. That's horrid, right? Absolutely horrid. At number 1, he lied, suggesting that Turkey was on the brink of joining the EU. And at number 0.5, he lied and said he hadn't made any statements about Turkey. And while we're on the subject of the EU, at number 0.4, he said that the EU forced kipper packaging to include small ice pillows for temperature control. It turns out that's British regulation that does this. At 0.3, he said the EU was going to regulate the size of coffins. At number 0.2, what the hell? He said that the EU was going to bring in a ban on prawn cocktail flavoured crisps. Absolutely fabricated, complete nonsense. At number 0.1, the big old EU lie. He wrote on a bus that we were going to save 350 million a week by leaving the EU, and then that bus got driven around the country, and it turned out to be absolute bollocks. At number 0, he invented a quote when he worked at the Times that got him fired from the job. Shall we go on? Go on, at number -1. What the heck? He said when he was elected London Mayor that he would eradicate rough sleepers during his term of office, and in fact the number of rough sleepers doubled. At -2, he said that when he was Mayor he would have manned ticket offices at every single London Underground station, and then he did the exact opposite and didn't do it at all. At -3, oh, this is obnoxious, he lied about Nazanin, the British woman who's being held in an Iranian prison, and he claimed that she was in Iran teaching English to journalists when in fact she was on holiday, and as a result this gave her captors an excuse to extend her term in prison, and it's probably completely kiboshed her chance of getting out, and it's absolutely obnoxious. And what number we're on I don't know. -pi. That's an imaginary number, which seems wildly appropriate, doesn't it? We'll finish with this one. He lied and said that the Italians had asked the EU to change the regulations to make condom sizes smaller. Right? It's a complete lie. The truth is that lots of medics from around the EU have been asking what the new EU regulations on condoms would be, what the standards would be, for a perfectly reasonable reason. But isn't this just absolutely typical Boris Johnson? He can't just make up a lie. He has to make up a lie that's like, other people have a smaller dick. For God's sake, do you get the impression at all that the reason he's so desperate to go ahead with a no-deal Brexit is so that women can't leave the country and just go and shag a European who is considerably more attractive than he is?